Welcome. Thank you for being here. I know there are lots of places that you could be on a night like tonight, but you chose to be with us, and we are really grateful. Thank you for coming out and supporting the Children's Village. I want to start by also thanking our trustees. Since 1851, our trustees have guided us and kept us on track, and because of them, the work continues. And working closely with our trustees is our dinner committee. So if our trustees and our dinner committee would please stand up very quickly. Thank you. We also have a wonderful group of sponsors, and if you would take a look at the journal, you'll see their names and their contributions. This is our 15th dinner, and I want to take a moment to recognize our trustee, Lois Armand, our dinner chair, and the one that's most responsible for the great weather today. It was her vision that got us started on this event 15 years ago. And she has made it successful every year. It's always a little better. And today we are completely sold out. So Lois, thank you. I also want to recognize a friend that has been with us since day one, AMBAC. AMBAC helped us start the first dinner 15 years ago. And they continue to support us today. AMBAC, thank you. And I want to introduce David Trick, the President and CEO of AMBAC Assurance. And he will make a few brief comments. David, thank you.
Thank you, Jeremy, and good evening, everyone. I am pleased to announce that AMBAC will be sponsoring the AMBAC Way program, which will provide funding for annual sponsorships as well as awards for success as dedicated participants transition into the community as young adults. We are confident that this program is sure to have direct and life-changing effects on many young men. The AMBAC Way program will be sponsored by an endowment funded by AMBAC, as well as our very generous donors. Our partners are helping to make this all happen, and I would like to extend my heartfelt gratitude and appreciation to all of you. We are off to a great start already. From tonight's dinner alone, we have raised over $100,000 towards funding the AMBAC Way program. And on behalf of AMBAC and our supporters, we'd like to thank Jeremy and the entire Children's Village team for their hard work and dedication, and for allowing us to help make a difference in the lives of these young men. Thank you, and enjoy the evening.
Thank you, David, and thank you, AMBAC, and thank you, friends of AMBAC that purchased so many tables to hit that $100,000 AMBAC scholarship target. As I look around the room, I know that most of you are friends. You've been with us before. But to those of you who don't know us, we were founded in 1851 to work with kids who have been arrested in downtown New York City. We are often known for a large residential campus in Dobbs Ferry, where kids have been coming to us since 1901. And we love the work that we do with young people that come to us and spend the night with us. But in the last decade, we've realized that there is no substitute for family. That as good as our programs are, as beautiful as our campus is, that at the end of the day, success is completely dependent on having at least one willing, stable adult relationship. And all of you in this room probably have many more than one. But today in this city, there are so many young people that don't have the stability of a relationship. And no government system, no matter how well intended, can ever be the substitute for a family. And we have spent a decade figuring out how to work with families to help them be stronger, how to work with young people to help them belong in a family, and in those instances where family is either unwilling or unable, and there are certainly cases like that every day, we make it our job to create family. And we do it well, and your support helps us do it. Today, we also work with a lot of young people who have been in and out of the criminal justice system. And it's not easy, and one of the programs that we operate in Harlem works with a lot of teenagers who have been on Rikers Island, New York City's prison, at least once, often many more than once. It's our job to try to break that cycle. Almost in some reports, according to some reports, almost 83% of the young people that come out of Rikers Island often end up back in the system and in jail, and very quickly become one of the million that are incarcerated in the United States. I'm pleased to introduce you to one young man, Vaughan Thorpe, who is here with us today. And I met Vaughan 3 years ago, Vaughan? Was that about 3 years ago? And he had an amazing story to tell about being on Rikers Island as a 16-year-old. And then, a couple months later, when I visited with him again, he said, you know, I'm going to put that story on tape, get it out so that the world can see what I went through, and so that young people like me will never go through what I went through. So if you'd give me 5 minutes, I'd like to share with you Vaughan's story, and then I'm going to invite him up here to speak to you for a few minutes.
Hello, my name is Vaughan Thorpe. I'm here at the Harlem Justice Community Program located in Manhattan, New York. I was arrested for a robbery. It was my senior year in high school. I wanted to pair Gucci loafers, nice little linen suit, but my mother didn't have the funds to get it. So, in my mind, I'm going to make sure I get it. So I went and I caught a robbery and was arrested for it. Sitting there as grown men, 25, 30, sitting there chained up with me. No room for me to walk where I want to freely. I'm literally attached to these men. It was uncomfortable on so many levels. Like, they take your pride from you first, and then as you walk in, you just hearing things. You're just listening. Like, just walk through any room with your eyes closed and listen. It's scary.
My name is Kadeem Gibbs. I'm from Harlem, New York. I went to Renaissance Military Leadership Academy on 129th Street. I caught my first criminal case as a middle schooler at that school. My household situation was, unraveling swiftly. So, that's, again, I was taking it upon myself to try to be the breadwinner of my household. I was involved in selling drugs and gangs, and I went to Rikers Island. That's, like big boy jail. I was 16 years old.
First 10 minutes in jail were interesting. I went into the juvenile detention center, which I guess you wouldn't consider a jail, but nonetheless I wasn't, I didn't have my freedom at the time. I went to Flushing High School. I was gang affiliated at the time, and I have become actively involved in a lot of negative behavior in the community. And I was ordered by my gang to go after a rival gang member. So I shot him 3 times. When the police picked me up, it was for attempted murder. Like I said, the individual was in the hospital. And that was the first time that I had, like I said, been officially picked up by the police from school in handcuffs, put into a car, and taken to the precinct for questioning.
You shackled to another inmate and handcuffed to another inmate. So it's two guys sharing one set of shackles and one set of handcuffs. And then they send you through like this line. You gotta like give them your property. They give you your greens and all that stuff. They shave your head. You know, they break you down, man. You know, now you're in their world, you know what I mean? So if you thought you was tough, you know, coming in, like, you're gonna find out that you ain't really that tough. Nothing in place like on Rikers Island to help you prepare for a transition back out. So I had to survive, so I said, you know, I'm gonna try to get a job, you know. I was introduced to the Harlem Justice Community Program through a friend of mine. We were able to gain employable skills. It's been a hell of a turnaround for me. A lot of people are proud of me. Over the summer, I had a lot of experience, you know, working on campaigns, meeting a lot of different politicians. I recently got accepted into LaGuardia Community College.
It's a hard decision to make when you come out and you really have no foundation from which to start off, just your own personal confidence. That transitional period, like I said, was the beginning stages of me learning about myself and how to proceed forward, moving on to the next year, like I said, after that.
Being an HJCP, the Harlem Justice Community Program, it helped me focus. When I joined the program, I started paying more attention to my life goals and what I really wanted to do with myself. Staff just pointed me in the right direction, and it allowed me to see my goals a little more clearly. It allowed me to see the ideal man that I want to be in the future. It gave me the opportunities that I felt wasn't in reach. And doing that gave me the tools that was necessary to pursue my dreams and creatively express myself through filmmaking. Like, they even helped me develop a more organized and stronger work ethic. That's something I never had. Honestly, I could say that being in the Harlem Justice Community Program, it made me a different person. If I wasn't there, I wouldn't be the same person I am today. That's a fact.
This is more difficult than I expected. Good evening, everyone. I'd like to thank everybody for giving me some time to share my story with you and share my film. So thank you for coming out. Like so many young people in my neighborhood, I grew up without a father. But I was lucky. I was lucky, however, to have an incredible mother. My mother's incredibly strong, and she was strong at times where when she was struggling financially, mentally, and spiritually. She never gave up on neither of us, none of my brothers. I grew up with 4 brothers, 4 boys in the house, all teenagers, and we wanted a lot of things. We wanted the best sneakers, the flyest clothes, but I can imagine it's difficult for this one female to provide for all 4 boys. But more important than the toys, more important than the toys and clothes, we wanted more. We wanted to feel love. And that's something that my mother did. She was rich with love. And she supported us and gave us everything, and she gave us her heart. And I know that for a fact. And for that reason, I always felt like I had an advantage over my friends who also came from these broken homes. I was a good kid. I wasn't academically challenged. I was on an honor roll for most of my life. I studied hard, but I still didn't have the fly sneakers that I wanted, right? So right before I entered high school, I remember a year I had 3 pair of slacks, 2 white T-shirts, and 1 pair of hush puppies, right? And this is for the entire school year. So I'm about to go to high school, and I couldn't imagine the feeling of being teased and ridiculed about what I was wearing. I'm only 14 at this time, right? And honor roll wasn't paying me too much, so so I at the age of 14, I looked in the mirror and said, all right, you're a man, you got to go out there and get it yourself. And I wanted instant gratification. And in my neighborhood, to get instant gratification, you need a come up. And I'm gonna break down the slang. A come up is when you go out and you get something of value, like a commodity, something that you can trade off to get cash, all right? I needed cash. Honor roll's not paying enough. So at this age of 14, I couldn't get a job, and so I went to my neighborhood to get an opportunity, and unfortunately, my neighborhood didn't offer a lot of positive opportunities. And as you saw in the film that we watched a couple of seconds ago, I made some pretty terrible decisions. And I could stand here all day and tell you about the traumatic and hurtful times that I endured during this dark time of my life, but I'd rather not talk about that. I don't want to talk about how it felt to be shackled to grown men or to look on my mother's eyes to see her son in cuffs. I'd rather not talk about that. What I do want to talk about is how thankful and happy I am that HJCP and Children's Village gave me an opportunity to change my life. They gave me all the resources and all the support I needed to make this transition into a better me. And so after prison, after some time in prison, the Children's Village, they provided opportunities that I never imagined. And this is like all facts, all right? Like the opportunities that I received that not only broadened my horizons, but it also kept me distracted from the seductive pull that the streets seem to offer people my age. The staff believed in me and they valued my life. And I believe that they wanted to see me overcome adversity. Let me get this, hold on one second. It's crazy. It's crazy. Like to see, I was watching myself 3 years ago, like so it's wild. Like I know what I was thinking. I didn't know much. But the staff really believed in me, and they threw everything at me, like except for the kitchen sink. Like they probably would have threw this stand at me, but it's only one thing that they really threw at me that stuck to me to get me motivated, and that's when they brought in Kevin Lopez of LPZ Media. They brought him in to teach film, and that's when I found my passion. Filmmaking is the one thing that honestly had a stronger pull on me than my want for money or nice clothes. It's the only thing that I truly passionately want to work at. And finding this motivation transformed me into the man I am today. After producing my first documentary film, an excerpt for what you just watched, I had the opportunity to showcase my work at a number of credible places. I spoke at local police precincts where I didn't go in with handcuffs, nor came out with them. I spoke in public schools where I wasn't the student, but I was the speaker. And not sit on my couch and watch it, I was able to present my work on Fox 5 News, which was incredible, thanks to CV. All right? Fox 5, that's good, all right? Today, I'm working on a number of short documentary films, and I have recently accepted a job as a film educator at the Mullally Center in the South Bronx. I teach film now. Gotta educate, each one teach one, so I'm educating our youth on making more films and helping them be better, greater. It's amazing. But I got all new, if any teachers are here, I got all new respect for you guys, because middle schoolers are not easy to deal with, right? Right? But thanks to CV, I am standing here before you, proud of the man who I have become. I do not have a camera. I do not have an apartment. And more than anything in the world, I do want to go to school to further pursue this education and building more films and creating crazy images and sharing it with the world and allowing other people to tell their stories. But none of that matters because my story already have a happy ending. I found my passion. I found a reason to wake up each and every morning to work hard. And I honestly couldn't have done it without donors like you who give CV the ability to help guys like me and help me be able to reach goals that I never ever thought I could see. So thank you. Thank you all.
After that, I'm somewhat challenged to deliver my message. I'm Paul Jankel, current chair of the Children's Village Board, and I'm pleased that it's my duty tonight to introduce this year's recipient of the Children's Village Legacy of Service Award. Each year, we choose one individual who's made significant personal contributions to CV's work. This year's choice is John Priesing. Usually the choice of the awardee is nominated and debated and negotiated. This year, when John's name came up, there was no debate. There was unanimous and immediate agreement that John was our man. We were especially pleased when John's response to our invitation was equally enthusiastic. I recall his exact words, without hesitation, "I'm shocked, I'm honored, and I accept." We're on our way. Our committee, all gathered, was thrilled and broke into applause and even a little cheer, in spite of the fact that we were seated in the center of a nice restaurant. John is truly part of the CV family, having served as a trustee for 15 years and as president of the board for 7 of those years. He was highly respected, well-liked, and provided strong leadership and guidance. As a trustee at the time, I was always aware of how John's was so calm, was so insightful as we worked our way through some of the issues of the day. Some of you many of you will recall that in the early 90s, New York City, and particularly some of the poorer neighborhoods, were dealing with the crack epidemic. John's leadership was particularly critical as we, Children's Village, faced our own challenges, financial challenges and program challenges during those years. In his quiet and unassuming way, John has continued to be connected with Children's Village and supportive of our mission. I know many of you here know of his work and his connection with various other organizations of stature, including Bronxville High School Board, St. Lawrence University, Westchester Community College Foundation, and the Lawrence Hospital in Bronxville. We are all lucky to have benefited from John's dedication and participation in so many important community activities. In recognition of John's contribution to Children's Village and to our community, I'm pleased to present to him the 2015 Legacy Service Award. This painting was created by one of the Children's Village children, and it is a memento and in honor of your service to our organization and so many organizations. Thank you.
Paul, thank you very much for those very gracious words. And thank you, Children's Village, for this wonderful honor. I've always believed that I've gotten much more out of my association with Children's Village than I contributed. Hearing inspiring stories such as Vaughan told tonight, being aware of new programs that were producing results at the village, and of course making friends on the board and with the staff. Peter Hicks, I can't thank you enough for your support and helping to make this event a big success. I also want to thank the staff of Children's Village for what they did to put on a first-rate production tonight. There's a number of people here from Bronxville, and their attendance, I think, speaks to the fact that Bronxville is a very supportive community and have attended a number of events such as this. In 1860, when Children's Village was 9 years old, Abraham Lincoln came and gave a little talk. And in it he said, "Tell the boys to follow truth, justice, and humanity if they want to become useful and honorable men." Now those values, truth, justice, kindness, I'm sure have endured over the years at Children's Village. But I am astounded and stunned by the fact that Children's Village has survived more than 150 years and done an outstanding job during that period. Sure, you can always say that there are kids that must be served, but I think it's much more than that. I think Children's Village has dramatically changed its programs and its approach when it became obvious that new things were needed to serve the boys and now the girls associated with the village. In the 1980s, the WAY program, which is so generously supported by AMBAC, was started. At that time, there were 300 kids on the campus. They could apply for jobs. The jobs might be gardener, could be food service, it could even be learning to be a barber. They applied, they were interviewed, they were hired, they were evaluated. In some cases, they were even fired. And then the successful ones found money in their bank accounts for their work. What a way to bring the real world to the Children's Village. Jeremy talked about the importance of family. And in the early 2000s, Children's Village decided that the best way to serve an incredible amount of kids was to keep them, if appropriate, approximately 6 months at the village, in contrast to the tradition of spending 2 to 3 years there. And one of the reasons, of course, was to connect with family and to emphasize the importance of family, because once they left the village after the 6 odd months, they were given intensive programs with their families back in the neighborhoods. But there's another reason that I think is a very interesting one, and that is that if a person spends too long in an institution, he becomes institutionalized, and he becomes, unfortunately, too dependent and not able to take on the individual things in life. These programs are working thanks to the staff. Every day, about 1,000 Children's Village staff members are working with these kids and families. They're experiencing the ups and downs that is inevitable in this kind of work. But they do the work with great caring. And I firmly believe the combination of the ability to change programs plus the caring is what makes Children's Village a preeminent institution in our society today.
Thank you, John. Thank you for your leadership, your friendship, and your many years of service to the Children's Village mission. During dinner, I encourage you to take a look at the dinner journal on your table, where you can learn more about the Children's Village, read about some of our programs, and as you know, we brought you here to raise money, so keep drinking, because when that auction comes around, we want you to be incredibly generous. Thank you. Dinner is being served, and I look forward to meeting all of you. Hello. Okay. So, we are going to move this program along. And there are two reasons for that. One is we want to get to raising money, and two, we want to get to that after party that's scheduled for 9 o'clock. But before I do that, I want you to join me in doing one more thing. Vaughan, will you come up here? You know, when I was walking around earlier, a friend of mine said, boy, I wish Vaughan had gotten that standing ovation too. And I think he deserves it. So, would you join me in giving Vaughan a standing ovation? Thank you. I hope you enjoyed dinner. And now I want to introduce you to Donald Somerville, who is going to help us raise some money. Don't laugh. We're pretty serious about this. Nobody knows better what our programs need than Donald. Donald does some of the most amazing work that we do working with parents. He's charismatic. He understands the neighborhoods. He understands people. And most of all, he understands that success is really an attitude of the mind and a longing of the heart. It's not something that can be given to you. And Donald gets that. He's a wonderful teacher. And I hope that tonight he'll be a great fundraiser. So it's his first time doing this. Let me welcome Donald Somerville. Donald, come on.
No pressure like your boss saying, I hope you do a really good job. Before we get started, I want to take the opportunity to introduce you to a man that I've had the wonderful opportunity to work with, Mr. Angelo Williams, and he's going to talk to you a little about his experience as a father working in the Children's Village.
Good evening. I'm honored and humbled to tell you a little bit about me. After seeking help for my substance abuse issue, I found out my son was placed in Children's Village. Although I was devastated, I was given the opportunity to take the parenting and the fatherhood group with Mr. Somerville. It had given me some tools that I needed to become a better parent. Just like the old saying says, it takes a village to raise a child. I thank God Children's Village is that village for me and my son.
Thank you, Angelo. So we're going to begin with two fantastic live auctions. On your table, there are some auction cards. They look like this. Every table has one card. That doesn't mean we do combined auctioning, but if you want to auction, you just wave it around. And one of our staff will come around, one of our spotters will come around and talk to you. And I can see most of you, but if you wave your card, one of the spotters will see you and they'll come over to the table. Okay? And then you can check out before the end of the evening at the silent auction table. So the first thing we want to start with is our Mets package. Our Mets package, we have a jersey here that has been autographed by Matt Harvey. We're going to start the auction with $1,000. $1,000. I have someone on table 29. Table 29. We'll go $1,200. Do we have someone at $1,200? $1,200. I see you over there. $1,200. Do we have someone at $1,500? $1,500. $1,500. I see $1,500 right there. Okay, $1,700. Do we have someone at $1,700? $1,700. I see you over there. Thank you so much. 17. We're going to $2,000. $2,000 for the Mets package. $2,000 for the Mets package. $2,000 for the Mets package. Going once at $1,700. Going twice. Sold at $1,700 over there. Thank you so much. Our second item that we will be auctioning off tonight is our Steamboat Grand Colorado Vacation. It is a one-week stay at the Steamboat Grand in Colorado, and we're going to start this bid off. $1,500. $1,500. I see you over there. Table number 2. Thank you so much. $1,500. $1,700. $1,700. $1,700. Yes, I see you over there. We're gonna $1,700. Yes. 1,700. We're going to go up to 1,800, 1,800, 18, 2,000, $2,000. Do we have someone at $2,000? $2,000. I see you over there. $2,300, $2,300. 1 week in Colorado, $2,300. A week in Colorado, the Grand week with $2,300 right there. $2,500. Do we have $2,500? Is there someone who will go a week in Colorado at the Grand? At the Grand. 2,500? 2,500? Going once at 23? Up 25. I see you over there. 25. Thank you. 25. Wonderful. 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 $2,700. $2,700? $2,700. Table right there. Oh, we got some. $2,700. Right? Yes. $3,000. $3,000 for a week in Colorado. $3,000 at this table right here. $3,300. $3,300. $3,300. Come on, table 33. You know you want it. 33 for table 33. Are we going there? Are we going? 3,000 going once, going twice. Sold to this table right here. Thank you so much. Now we're going to talk about funding a need. Funding a need. You've heard the stories. You've heard Vaughan tell his story. You've heard Angelo tell his story. There are really thousands of families that Children's Village works with on a regular basis. And there's a plethora of programming that we can do. And so we want to start out our fund a need of talking about giving a kid like Vaughan a chance to training programs and jobs, and we can get kids off the street. We can give them hope. And we're saying we're going to start this off with $5,000. If somebody will give $5,000 to fund a need. Can we get someone who will give $5,000 to fund a need? Table 28, thank you for $5,000. Can we get someone else, $5,000 to save a need, to fund a need? Someone to fund a need. Yes, thank you so much. We have another $5,000. Who else would be willing to come together and just help us fund a need? Helping families like Angelo's family, connecting fathers with their children and mothers with their children and going into the homes and showing up families. $5,000. $5,000. $5,000 right here. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Do I see another one right there? Thank you so much. We see you over there, people. Thank you so much. Is there another? $5,000 right there, table 18. We thank you so much. Helping another family, helping families and children stay together, keeping children safe in a city where so many things go wrong. We can help things go right. Is there another one? $5,000. $5,000. Another $5,000 right there at that table. Thank you, sir. 32. Do we have another one? Do we have another one? We have programs where we work with children. We have programs where we work with mothers, unwed mothers. We have children programs where we help dogs, help people who have problems with their lives, children in care. We have all kinds of problems, kinship programs where we're working with grandparents and children and helping to stabilize them. $5,000 to shore up these programs. Can we get 2 tables of $2,500? Can we get $2,500 from someone to help with that? We'll put you together. Can we get, there's a $2,500. I need another $2,500 table. That's 2. That's 2 $2,500 tables. Let's get some more. Are there another group that will say $2,500? I can't do $5,000, but I can do $2,500 to fund a need, to help strengthen the. There we are. One more. I need a partner for this one. Can someone partner with this table to get us another fund? There's another one. Fund a need right there. We need some more. Do we have another one? Do we have another $2,500 table? Someone else to come together and just do that. $2,500. $2,500. $1,500. Can we get $1,500? Can we get 4 people with $1,500 to help fund a need? 4 people at $1,500 to help us fund a need. Can we do that? Can we do that? I know in this room we have 4 people who have $1,500 to help us fund a need. There we are right there. Thank you, ma'am, so much. We need 3 people to partner up with Table 12 to make sure that we can help fund the need. 3 more people. 3 more people. We have that one? Is that a second one? Okay, that's one. We need 3 more people. There we are, second one right there. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. We need 2 more people to help us fund the need. 2 more $1,500 donors right now. Do we have another one? Is that another? There we are, back there. Table 11, thank you. 1 more $1,500 donor. And we got another one? There we go, we got that. Thank you so much. We've got that. Now, can we get 5 people at $1,000? 5 people at $1,000 to help us fund? That's 1 right there. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. 5 people, we have 1. We have 2 right there. We need 3 more people at $1,000. Can we get 3 more people at $1,000? Where we get another one? We got that one. We got it. Okay, we need 3 people. We have 2, right there. There's another one right there. Thank you. We need 2 more. 1 right there. Thank you. 4 more. We need 1 more at 1,000. There you go. Thank you, sir, so much. Thank you so much. You may not be able to do $1,000, but can we get 10 people at $500? 10 people at $500 to help us fund the need. That's 1 right there. Thank you, sir. 1, 2. There we go. That's 2. There we go. 3. We got 3. We got 3. We got 4 right there. Come on. Where's 5? 5. Where are you? 5. 5, where are you? 5, where are you? We got 5 right there. We have 6 right there. We need 4 more. 4 more. 7 right there. Thank you so much. 8 right there. 9 right there. Thank you. We need 1 more. 1 more. 1 more. 10 right there. Come on, guys. Give yourselves a hand. Wonderful. Wonderful. 5 people at $500. And now for those of you who'd like to give us $100. If we can get people to give us $100, 20 people at $100. There's 1 right there, 20 people. 2 right there, that's 2 right there. 20 people at $100. 3 right there, thank you very much. 4 right there, 5. Right, where's 5? 5, we see you in the back. 6 right there, thank you. 7 right there. Well, 8 right there, 9 right there. 10 right there, 11 right there, 12. 13, 14, 15, 16, right there in the back, sir. I see you. 17, I see you at that table right there. 18, 19, where are we? Where? 20, right over there. 21, right there. Come on, take it to 25. We can do it. 22, right there. Take it to 23. Can we get 23 people? 23, 24, 25. This crowd is doing it. 26. Can we get to 30? 27, there we go. Can we get to 28, 29, and 30? 3 more people at $100. 3 more people at $100. Can we do it? Can we do it? 1 right there, thank you. 2 more, 2 more. 2 right there. 1 last person. Can we get some more? Right there, 30, we got it right there. You have done a wonderful job. 31 right there. Oh, we're going. 32, 33, 33. Can we get 35? Come on, there's 2 more people. Where? 33, 34. 34, 35. Can we get it to 40? 5 people. 5 people. 35. Right there. No, 36. 36. 4 more people. 4 more people. 4 more people. Can we do it? 4 people at $100. 4 people at $100. There's 1 right there. 37. 3 more people at $100. 3 more people at $100. Funding a need. 38. 39. Where are we? 40 right there. Thank you so much. You know, we started at $5,000. We're at $4,000. We get 10 people at $100. We will have got it there. 1 right there. 1 right there. We see you, ma'am. Thank you so much. We need 9 more people. There's 1 right there. That's 2 right there. We need 8 more people. 8. Boom, right there. 7. Thank you so much. Is that right there? We go. 4. We need 6 more. 6 more. 6 more. Boom, right there. 5. There we go. 5 more. 6. There we go. 4 more. 4 more. 4 more. Where are you? Come on. I know you're in the room. I know you're in the room. 4 more people. Right there. Thank you so much, man. We appreciate you. 3 more people, and we've got it. Come on. 3 more people, and we've got it. 3 more people at $100, and we've got it. 3 more people. I know. Boom. Right there. 1, 2. Last one. Last one. Where are you? Where are you? Last one. Last one. Where are you? I know you. Boom, right there. I see you. That's $5,000 we got collectively. Oh, and we've got more. Overflow. Thank you so much. Overflow. How wonderful you're doing. Thank you so much. If you want to just give another $100, just wave your hand as we bring it to a close to fund a need. This room is amazing. Give yourselves a great hand, everybody in this room. Oh, come on. You can do better than that. Now you've all pledged that wonderful money. We just make sure that we fill out the cards and that you turn those cards in so that we know exactly how much you've pledged. We thank you so much for the great contribution. Your partnership means everything to us. It enables us to do something wonderful like keep children safe and keep families together. Thank you so much. Next, we'll have the Chief Finance Officer of the Children's Village, Mr. Rick George.
All right, let's hear it for Donald. Good job, Donald. I felt like I was on Oprah there for a while. Didn't I feel like Oprah, kind of? How's that? Is that better? Paul, can you hear me now? Can you hear me? All right. At Children's Village, we work with a lot of different vendors, but not many have made the impact that Enterprise Fleet Management has made. When we began our relationship in 2010, 5 years ago, the average age of our vehicles are about 10 years old. These are the vehicles that our staff use to visit families, to transport children to and from home visits and field trips. We bought the cars and vans at auctions or from chop shops and classified ads and drove them until they died, and we had to tow them away, and a lot of them were towed away. The average maintenance cost per vehicle back in that day was about $240 a month, and our employees were not exactly thrilled with the selection of cars. We purchased 9 vehicles from Enterprise the first year in 2010, another 18 cars or vehicles the second year in 2011. They helped us get involved with a fuel card program and a management program, a maintenance program, and they really turned things around. As of now, due to the hard work of Enterprise, especially Brock and Paul, stand up, stand up. We have over 100 vehicles from Enterprise in our fleet. The average age of our cars is below 5 years, and our maintenance cost is down to $75 a month. That's $165 a month in savings per vehicle that can be better used in serving our children and families. Most importantly, our employees, children, and families no longer worry about the safety and the condition of their vehicles they are driving. Accepting the corporate sponsor award on behalf of Enterprise is Carl Grady. It's my pleasure to introduce Carl, who was born in Australia, so you probably won't understand anything he says. Just nod and clap at the right times. He's got 2 daughters, so he's used to people not understanding and listening to what he says, so don't worry about it. He's a windsurfer. He collects old MGs. He's played soccer, rugby, and still plays cricket. That's 3 sports we don't even recognize in the United States. Please give a huge round of applause to Enterprise Fleet Management for the support of the Children's Village, and welcome Carl Grady. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Rick. Thank you, Jeremy. If I can pull this up a bit. Thank you, Paul. And thank you to the Children's Village. I get up here, and again, I'm really more like a proud parent because I'm just really representing a fantastic fleet management team. But it's really like a proud parent. I look at Paul and I look at Brock and the work that they do in partnership with the Children's Village. And I stand here really just as a proud parent, but it's in awe that I actually am accepting this, if you like, the recognition that we're given. Because what we do every day is, we'd like to partner up with our businesses and try and add true value. And in the case of the Children's Village, what we're really trying to do is, through the fleet management piece of the business, is to at least save every available dollar that we can. We figure it this way, that with every dollar that we save, it's a dollar that we can spend, or the Children's Village can spend, on the important children. So we do take that as an important role and responsibility that we have. But then when I sit back and I listen to the stories and I listen to the impact that the Children's Village has had on the families, on the children for 1.5 centuries, I guess what we think we do is important, but it's nothing compared to what impact you do have on the families and children. And for me, I just think that it's a special place. The families, the children that benefit from the Children's Village, the impact that the village does have on their lives, to give them the confidence, the support, the trust, if you like, as they themselves, I guess, wouldn't get the support anywhere else. It's so important, and it's basically giving the children these opportunities that they can then take their lives and go forward with a future that perhaps they weren't, typically going to have. And Vaughan's story is a classic example of that. So, with that being said, I actually too take a special piece of that because I too was an orphan. And without the support of people just like the Children's Village when I was young, I may not have been able to proceed with my life, my success, to have the confidence to go forward and be the best person that I can be. So it's a little bit of a special place. So for those of you out there, just know that you can help someone who figured they didn't have a future really have a bright one. So with that, I am humbled. I'm very appreciative of the recognition on behalf of the team. Certainly I'm very proud of my guys and what they're doing. And with that, I'd like to just say thank you very much from the bottom of my heart.
So, we're getting close to the end, almost there. I want to thank everyone for being here. We couldn't have achieved our goals without you. You do amazing, amazing work for us. You make it all possible. And, of course, you know the evening is not over. We've got this after party when the median age drops by 15 years, very quickly. And to tell you why, I want to introduce you to two of our leadership council members, Rosario Gumpan and Natalia Izzo. You've been with us since day one, right? I mean, they are incredibly, incredibly fantastic people. So let me stop and let them take over. And thank you so much for being here. Thank you.
Thank you, Jeremy. Rosario and I are honored to represent the Volunteer Committee for the Leadership Council. As mentioned, we have been part of it since the inception, so going on a little over 5 years now. And we're very honored to be part of such a wonderful organization, and thank you all for being here this evening.
Everyone's hard work helps us do our work as part of the Leadership Council. Now at this point, if you've finished your dessert, we'd like you to join us for our after party. I think it's our 4th year in a row. There are going to be more drinks, more food, and live music provided by DJ Rays. Please join us. Thank you.